Hello, today we're going to look at the Suzuki Wagon R FXS Limited made by a company called Doyusha. And this is a Japanese K-Class van, and the K-Class is, smaller vehicles for tax benefits and insurance benefits in Japan. Obviously this model didn't do so well in shipping, but I think it's the actual model itself, the packaging not so great. So it looks like it's been taped a couple times, so it could be used. The Wagon R originally came out in 1993, but what we're looking at here is the third generation, which was around 2003 and 2005. I'm sorry, 2003 and 2008. In 2005, there was a facelift, and that's what I think this model is depicting, the second iteration of that generation. Alright, well, let's take a look at these photos here. So the K-Class in Japan limits engine capacity to 660 cc's, which is like a sport bike engine, sport motorcycle. So it's not going to be a speed demon having to push around a car instead of a person. It's a front-wheel drive vehicle as well. Oh, another thing about that 660cc is it's a 3-cylinder, an inline 3. You would think it'd be a 4, but nope. At that small capacity, I guess 3 cylinders gets the job done. Well, I guess the photos aren't too far off. I'm really distracted by the amazing amount of paint rash on this thing. So Doyusha, maybe not best for longevity. I do have one other to compare to, so I can't really say that with conviction yet. What is this going on here? Some sort of piece to keep it on the base, I guess, to keep it from spinning. Alright, so it's nice that it does say what the vehicle is. What's odd is it doesn't actually say what brand of vehicle. Alright, it doesn't say Doyusha here. The tires actually look pretty good. Nice molding, and then the width of them look pretty realistic to something with only 660 cc's. Alright, so try to get past this disgusting paint rash here. Wow, this is just insane. Okay, well the wheels, they do look like the photographs, at least the first two. Unfortunately, it seems like there's paint missing. I'm wondering if the paint has gone bad also here. I've had that a couple times now, I just end up repainting them. I put the wheels in some alcohol and I just let it sit there for a few hours, and then it's cleaned, and then I repaint them with an airbrush. There's a little white paint on this side marker. The door panel lines are actually quite good. They're not very, very wide. Same there, fuel filler door. Okay, a little bit of black paint around the windows. And then the front end. Yeah, there's some black paint and a texture in the grill. Same here, a different texture, black paint. Suzuki badge looks alright. The headlights look really good. Besides the fact that they're clear lenses, there's actually depth to the light bucket back there. And back there, there's actually orange paint for the turn signal. So I think that's really nice. Raised painted black wiper blades there. Some black out there on the plastic and on the frame of on the casting itself. Boy, it's just, yeesh. Okay. Oddly, again, the paint's going wrong in the same... Oh, look at this. So yeah, this paint is actually totally peeling off. Wow. Alright, so... Alright, let's continue on. Raised wiper there. What's interesting is how is it... This is part of the plastic, yet how is it on top of the casting? Is that a separate piece? I don't think it's a separate piece. Oh. Oh, interesting. This entire trunk is part of the plastic window, I think. See, I think this is clear. This is all clear plastic down here, but they painted over it. And so I think this turn signal is part of the same casting. This entire thing I'm touching here is one piece of plastic, which I have to assume is tied to the pieces back over on the sides of the windshield. So that's interesting how they did that, and henceforth the wiper looks very realistic. It's not just cut off there. Alright, good, I guess this has a CVT transmission in there. Wagon R looks good. Nice to see something on the license plate as well. Very tiny exhaust, as you would know from a 660cc's. Third brake light molded here, but no red paint. So yeah, the light lights look good. Some ribbing here in the top. Oh boy, I mean this entire model is just covered in paint rash. Or is, yeah, I'm sure it has to be. It's very, there's no air there though, so like, is it the casting? Was the casting horrible? Or is it paint rash? If it's paint rash, it should be able to puncture the bubble. But it's, oh, there it is. So yeah, you saw that one. Let's see on this side. Let's go through that. No. It's weird. It's very, firm. Okay, that is a bubble. Alright. Well, alright, so sadly this model is a disaster. I'm probably going to repaint the whole thing. I'm going to lose the badging. But, well, wait a second. How is this bottom even put on? There's no screw. There's no rivet. There must be like a tab there, but I'm going to have to figure that out off camera. Yeah, let's just compare it to a couple of the cars, and maybe I'll come back with a different color. Alright. So this other car next to it is by the same brand of model company, Doyusha, and it's a Daihatsu Tanto. In particular, a Daihatsu Tanto Custom, the first generation, from 03 to 07. And the paint on this one doesn't have any problems. Oh, it does. Look at that. Alright. So, that's too bad. Yeah, never mind. I withdraw that comment. This is also not very good. Nice wheels, though. But I can live with the paint rash on that one. The silver one, now, that is not good at all. I have another Doyusha. This is a Suzuki Wit MR Wagon. And this is, let's just take a quick look at the paint on this one. Yeah, tiny bit messed up there. This is the best paint of the three, it seems. Okay, so those are all K-Class vans, and so they pretty much have the same exterior dimensions because they're trying to get, make as big of a car as they can that fits within the rule books. Here's another K-Class coming up from CM's. It's a rally car called the Subaru Vivio. It's from 1993, and I'm pretty sure Colin McCrae was the guy driving this one. That's probably my, well, I was going to say my favorite K-Class model, but I got these next two that are pretty nice as well. So this next one is by Aoshima, and it's a Honda Beat. So, which is supposed to be like a sporty, it's like a miniature sports car. You know what? I have all these weird, those American Diorama people. Let's get a couple of these guys out there. Alright. So the very last one I'm going to pull out, sorry, there's a lot of lint and stuff. This is by BM Creations. It's their Suzuki Cappuccino. And I gotta say, that's one of the nicest BM Creations I have, and oddly, it's the smallest one. It has metal grills in the front and the back. And then, the second wheel set, and you can adjust the ride height. It's a really great model. I'm really happy I have that one. I only hope that that red paint doesn't go bad in a few years. Alright, so let's get a top view here. So, there you go, very small vehicles. Let's put a full-size vehicle up here. I have a Toyota Mark II from Konami. Okay, so you can definitely see, for a van, these are quite small. Alright, well I guess that's enough for spinning around there. Alright, well, it seems as though Doyusha might not be the best brand for you to collect if you expect it to have nice paint. But I think these are all kind of out of production, old models. I'm not sure if Doyusha makes any 1/64 scale models anymore. So unfortunately, that's the problem with not writing the copyright date on the bottom of these things. I don't know how old these are. But I like K-Class vehicles, as you can tell. I have a small collection of them, so I'm going to continue to get some more, even if they have bad paint, probably. So, anyways, hopefully I'll see you guys the next time I review one. See ya.